PFI and other assurance services. Okay. Names, title, and their affairs. SA 4410 compilation engagement. SA 4400 engagement to perform agreed procedure regarding financial information. SA 3420 assurance engagement to report on the compilation of pro forma financial information included in a prospectus. Assurance engagement to report on the compilation pro forma financial information included in a prospectus. SA 3420 assurance engagement to report on the compilation pro forma financial information included in a prospectus. SAE 3402 assurance report on controls at a service organization. SAE 2400 the examination of the prospective financial information. SAE 3402 assurance report on controls at a service organization. And SA 2410 SA 3410 review interim financial information. SRE 2400 engagement to review historical financial statements. SAE 810 engagement to report on summary financial statements. SAA 805 special considerations auditor of the single financial statement and the specific elements accounts or items of a financial statements. SA 800 a special consideration audit of the financial statement prepared in accordance with the special purpose framework. Special purpose framework. SA 720 comparative information corresponding figures and comparative financial statement. SA 706 emphasis matter paragraph and other matter paragraph in the auditor's report. SA 705 modifications to the opinion in the independent auditor's report. SA 700 forming an opinion and reporting on financial statements. SA 701 705 modifications to the opinion in the independent auditor's report. SA 706 emphasis of matter paragraph and other matter paragraph in the auditor's report. SA 710 comparative information corresponding figures and comparative financial statements. SA 720 auditor responsibility in relation to other information in documents containing audited financial statements. SA 800 special considerations audit of the financial statement prepared in accordance with the special purpose framework. SA 805 special considerations audit of the single financial statement and a specific element accounts or items of the financial statement. SA 810 engagement to report on summary financial statement, SRE 2400, engagement to review historical financial statements, SRE 2410, review of interim financial information performed by the independent auditor of the entity, SCIE 3400, the examination prospective financial information, SCIE 3402, assurance report on controls at service organization, SRS 4400 is engagements to perform agreed upon procedures regarding financial information, SRS 4410 compilation engagement. SRS 4410 compilation engagement. These are the important standard names. Every day we need to remember every day morning so that we can better performance in the examination. Now, professional ethics next audit report తర్వాత time 6:32 according to timetable. Now, PFI means the prospective financial information and other assurance services. See, the concept of assurance services, assurance engagement and assurance engagement may focus on subject matter other than historical financial information. These engagements can involve examining prospective financial information (PFI) or providing assurance on non-financial matters like the design and operation of the internal control in an entity. Standards on assurance engagement. Standards on assurance engagement contain responsibilities of professional accountants. Level of assurance. The level of assurance in these engagements is moderate level. SAE 3400 provides for engagements examining prospective financial information, including procedures for best estimates and hypothetical assumptions. The examining of the prospective financial information doesn't have to be conducted by the entity statutory auditor. Prospective financial information is based on assumptions about the future events and possible actions by the entity, nature of the prospectus of the financial information, and it is a highly subject to required significant judgment to prepare forms of the prospective information. And prospective financial information can be a forecast and projection or a combination of the both first year forecast and plus 5 years projection. The forecast means the forecast means a prospective financial information prepared based on assumptions about future events that management expects to happen and the actions management expects to take at the time of preparing the information. Other note, forecast is based on the best estimate assumption. Best estimate assumption that reflect anticipated experience with no provision for risk of adverse deviation. Projection PFIs is prepared based on hypothetical assumption about future events or management actions that are not expected to occur. Example in startup phases or major operational changes. A mix of best estimate and hypothetical assumption ideas or suggestions are used to prepare public financial information. Meaning of auditor. The term auditor refers to any individual performing services related to the examination of PFIs, prospective financial information, and does not imply that they are the statutory auditors of the entity financial statement. The purpose and scope of the SAE 3400, the purpose is to set the standards and provide guidance for engagement to examine and report on the prospective financial information, including procedures for best estimate and hypothetical assumptions. Scope SAE 3400 is not applicable to examination of the prospective financial information, applicable to examination of the prospective financial information expressed in general terms, management discussion and analysis in annual reports. Though many of the procedures may still applicable reference to other standards. When applying the standards on auditing evidence, auditors should use principles from the other standards issued by the ICAI to the extent of the practicable. Nature of assessment, prospective financial information, PFI relates to the future events and conditions that have not yet occurred, may not occur. Evidence used to support assumptions is future oriented, hence speculative in nature. It's different from the evidence used in historical data. Therefore, The assurance level is only moderate. Opinion. An opinion cannot be expressed on whether the prospective results will be achieved. Responsibility of preparation and presentation of prospective financial information. Management is responsible for preparing presentation of the prospective financial information, including management is responsible for preparation and presentation of the prospective financial information, including identification and disclosure of the prospective financial information. Explain the basis of the forecast underlying assumptions. CA in practice in association with the prospective financial information. Need for CS. CS traditionally handled historical financial information, but now stakeholder like bank, financial institution and investors rely on CS report for projected cash flow and profitability. Code of Ethics Provide Class 3 Pair 1 of the second schedule CA Act 1949 states that a CA cannot allow their name to be linked with earnings estimates contingent upon future events. Exception to Class 3. The above clause allow a CA to associate their name with prospective financial statement as long as they disclose the source of information. Explain the basis of the forecast and major assumptions. State they do not vouch for the accuracy of the forecast. Projections based on hypothetical assumptions, the same rules apply. 44. Explain the basis of the forecast and major assumptions. State they do not vouch for the accuracy of the forecast. Projections based on hypothetical assumptions. The same rules apply to projections based on hypothetical assumptions about the future events. As long as the CA does not vouch for the accuracy of the projection, duties of the management examining the prospective financial information. Management management hypothetical assumptions are consistent with the purpose of the information, basis for the preparation. The auditor should ensure that the prospective financial information is properly prepared based on the assumptions, presentation and disclosure. The auditor should confirm the auditor should confirm that prospective financial information is properly presented. Properly presented. The consistency with the historical statements, the auditor should verify that financial statement is prepared in consistent basis with the historical financial statement using appropriate accounting principles. Application of other standard, the auditor should apply relevant standards on auditing where practicable while examining the prospective financial information. Acceptance of the engagement. Acceptance of the engagement by an auditor in relation to the prospective financial information. Precautions before acceptance. Intended use. whether it is for general or limited distribution, nature of assumptions, whether they are the best estimate or hypothetical, elements to be included in the information, period covered by the information. When decline or withdraw, the auditors should reject or withdraw if assumptions are unrealistic or the information is inappropriate for its purpose. Reliance on historical data, the auditor should assess if past financial data is reliable for projections. Engagement letter. Auditor must agree on terms with the client through an engagement letter. Examination of the procedure. Key factors in examination procedure. When deciding nature, timing, and extent of the procedure, auditors consider knowledge obtained during the previous engagement, management competence regarding the preparation of the prospective financial information linked with material misstatements. See, extent to which prospective financial information is affected by the management judgment, source of information considered by the management for adequacy, reliability of underlying data, including data from the third parties like industry statistics to support assumptions, stability of the entity business, and the engagement team experience with the business, the industry in which the entity operates, and experience with the reporting prospective financial information. Assessing evidence reliability, evaluate assurance, evaluate the sources and reliability of the data, such as budgets, debt agreement, and industry reports. Hypothetical assumptions. If hypothetical assumptions are used, all significant implications must be considered. Consistency and check. Ensure hypothetical assumption align with the financial purpose and are not unrealistic. Presentation and disclosure of PFI. When reviewing the PFI, the auditor must ensure the following information and not misleading presentations and clear, innovative, and not misleading. Accounting policies. Policies are clearly disclosed in the notes. Changes in accounting policy. If policies changed from last financial statements, the reasons and impact must be disclosed. Disclosure of assumptions. Assumptions should be clearly disclosed stating if they are best estimate, hypothetical, if assumptions are high, date of preparation, the due to, sorry, the date of preparation, the date of the preparation should be disclosed and management must confirm assumptions are shall valid as of the date. Range disclosure, if results are shown as a range basis for setting, it must be declared not biased misleading. Reports components for examination of the prospective financial information. Title, addressee, identification of the prospective financial information, and reference to the standards and auditing applicable to the examination of the prospective financial information, and statement that management is responsible for the public financial information, prospective financial information. Statement management responsible for the prospective financial information, including the underlying assumptions. When applicable, references to the purpose and or restricted distribution, prospective financial information. Statement that examine the procedures include the examination on test basis evidence, supporting the assumptions, amount, and other disclosures, forecast, project. Statement of the negative assurance to whether the assumptions provide a reasonable basis for the public prospective financial information. and opinion 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 as to whether prospective financial information is properly prepared on the basis of the assumptions and it is presented in accordance with the relevant financial reporting framework and appropriate caveats concerning the achievability of the result indicating by the prospective financial information, date of the report, place of the signature and signature. Disclaimers in the report. Reasonable basis, reasonable basis state whether anything suggests that assumptions do not provide a reasonable basis for prospective financial information. Opinion on preparation. Express an opinion if financial information is prepared properly and as per the reporting financial framework. Actual versus projected result. State that actual results may differ significantly from the management, significantly from the management. Disclaimer in the report. Reasonable basis. State whether anything suggests that assumptions do not provide a reasonable basis of the prospective financial information. Opinion preparation. Express an opinion if financial information is prepared properly as per the reporting financial framework. Actual versus projected result. Actual versus projected result state that actual results may differ significantly from the projections if range. I think that complete. ఈ గిల్గా అప్పుడు మనం సెవెన్ సెంటర్ తీసుకున్నాం ఒక రెండు లైన్లు అయిపోతే ఇది అయిపోయింది ఇంకా పెట్టేస్తాను అన్నాచి ఇప్పుడు మనం తక్కువ అక్కడ తీసుకున్నాము ಯಾರು ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಯಾರು ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ సరే actual versus projected result state that actual result may differ significantly from the projections if range is given. Intended user of projection for projections emphasis that they are based on hypothetical assumptions and caution regarding against using the for prosperous purposes other than intended. Representation and disclosure inadequacy. If the prospective financial information is not adequately presented or disclosed, a qualified or adverse opinion should be expressed or withdrawal from the engagement should be made. Unreasonable assumptions, adverse opinion. If assumptions do not provide a reasonable basis for financial information, an adverse opinion should be expressed or withdrawal from the engagement should be made by the auditor. Examination of the affected by conditions. If conditions prevent necessary procedure, auditor shall either withdrawal from the engagement or disclaimer of the opinion and describe the scope of the limitations in the report. Documentation part. The documentation document the matter which are important as evidence to support report on examination of the prospective financial information and evidence that examination was carried out as per this standards on auditing evidence. Dear friends, today class is over and we'll get back to by 8 o'clock to discuss about direct tax laws. Especially we are planning to discuss Finance Act 2025 and Finance Act 2026. Thank you and all. Bye bye. See you. Tata.